it's me, Vince Gill. How are you? Here to talk to you a little bit about two-tech bridges. My friends Ralph and Mikey, we've been friends for about 20 years, and I've had them in the arsenal off and on and in and out for all those years. And just spend a minute or two talking about maybe some of the differences and the nuances and the subtleties that they have in them. You know, I put one first in a Stratocaster, an old black Strat from the '60s. That you know, that's the hard thing. If you're an old vintage guy like me, the last thing you want to do is cut a hole in your heirloom. But this guitar had been refinished several times and probably didn't have the real collectability value. And I loved the neck, so I said, you know what? To make this guitar great, I'm going to put this bridge in it, and I'm really glad that I did. What it does for me as a player is more than anything. I think the biggest bonus of a two-tech bridge is the sustain. You know, just this smidge more of sustain. But there's also something that happens with a two-tech bridge when you're bending, and if you're bending a note to get from, say, there to there, the bend, it never quits. Some things I think will kind of thin out or not stay as pristine. And what I really love the most about the bridges is the bending. They don't ever give up on you, and that sustain stays consistent. And there's something really magical about the way that that the instrument will bend. You know, it's unique. Just the straight old bridge on most of those guitars, oftentimes I think you can it's such a subtle difference. But to me, always worth it. You know, especially on a Strat, because the Strats sometimes can be a hair on the plunky side, especially if you're using a maple neck Strat. You know, versus a rosewood board or a slab board. Any of those, I think, will sustain more just on their own. But then when you put one of these two-tech bridges in it, it's even that much more. And I really love that extra little bit of sustain, you know, and the evenness that sustain has through the bending process is pretty magical.